Hey, I'm gonna teach you something now. Something I learned along the way. It's all about your mindset and how you approach things, and you get out what you put in. And a lot of people don't realize that there's a lot of people that's single because they have a scarcity mindset and they don't believe in abundance. They don't believe that it's possible for them. So just that inkling of doubt, just like the good book says, a double-minded man receives nothing from the Lord. So just that inkling of doubt, it cancels out your opportunities because you don't believe. My earlier video, I was talking about prenups, and there was so many people in the comments saying, yeah, you need a prenup, yeah, you need a prenup. And what's understood doesn't need to be explained. There's no one size fits all. But what I was describing is my mindset, and the reason why I've been successfully married for 18 years, and I got married at 23 years old. So that rarity in today's society, to be a black man and be married 18 years by the age of 41, is because of my mindset. Because I went in all the way in, and I didn't think about having another option as divorce. I've been able to be successfully married. And my mindset is that love is a job you cannot retire from. You got to show up every single day. So every day I try to be a better husband than I was the day before. And that benefits my marriage. It's not perfect. You get bad days, you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, you go through all kind of stuff. But yet you keep working to get better. And also my mindset around money. Assets, money mean nothing when you have a mindset as a Christian, because all you're doing is passing through. So I don't need to leave my kids anything but the wisdom to get wealth. So if my wife decided to divorce me, she could have it all. And if I'm 60, if I'm 70, if I could do this, I'm a billionaire. It's all about your mindset. If you are so beholden to your assets and your money, then you're poor. You actually have nothing. And if you don't believe that anything lost can be regained, then you never had it. Because when you learn how to make $1 million off the muscle of your mind, then you realize it can be done again and again and again. And when you do it a second time, and you do it a third time, and you do it a fourth time, like I have, then your mindset realizes that it's in you. That can never be taken from you. And if something is taken from you, that's gonna turn something up in you to where the next time you go to implement your systems and your formula, you're gonna 10x what you did before. Everything is here and everything is coming. It's all in your mind. It's what you believe. You put limits on yourself, or you take limits off of yourself. So if you believe that the person you marrying could change up on you and take your assets, that's exactly what's going to happen. Because the thing you fear the most is what comes upon you. You create that. Because when you believe that, you move like that. You gonna talk like that. You gonna act like that. You cannot be double-minded. You can't say, I'm planning for divorce, but I'm hoping that we stay together. That's not how the mind works. The laws of matter state that two things cannot occupy the same space at the same time. The same thing is true with your beliefs. You either gonna win or you gonna lose. You either believe you can or you believe you can't. So for me, the reason why I personally don't believe in prenups is because I believe when you going into love, which is the greatest thing, the greatest gift given to mankind, you got to put everything on the line. And if you're not willing to risk your assets, if you're not willing to risk your wealth, if you're not willing to risk money that you cannot take with you, that cannot truly be passed down, because when somebody gets something that they didn't earn, they ain't gonna know how to protect it the same way you did to build it. If you can't risk that, listen, you got a lot more problems in life. Because when you go in, and this is what I believe as a man. See, this is what you got to realize. Not everything is for everybody. So there's a lot of women chiming in, and I'm a man. So I'm speaking from a male perspective. I actually believe a woman should have a prenup if she has something to protect. Because women were not given the gift that men were given. See, men are readers, meaning we read people because we warriors and we're hunters and we killers. So when you have that innate ability to where you got to go out and you got to protect the land and you got to conquer other land, you got something in you that allows you to give you an acute, keen sense to read what you're dealing with. So when a man get a prenup, it's because he already know that he choosing with the wrong head. When you choose with this head here, you know who you choosing. You know who you laying down with. And you got the wisdom to know to date her long enough so that if she got a veil on, it's coming off. If she wearing a mask, it's coming off. Because you're gonna go through enough things to see who she really is. You also understand that your average woman is built for love. She wants love. So if you treat her like a woman, she's not going anywhere. Now, if you go pluck a woman off a pole and she's a savage and she been turned out since been out turned, then you about to get played. And guess what? You deserve it. Because as a man, you supposed to move more calculated and responsible than thinking with your wrong head. So see, what you got to realize is it's a mindset. And if you can't trust who you about to marry to stay down with you till you come up, to ride with you, to build with you, to help you protect what you already got, you marrying the wrong person. Because I'm going to teach you something about a relationship. Where there is no trust, there is no relationship. So if you believe that there's a possibility for failure, you're going to fail. That's why majority of the people that I seen get married as a relationship coach of 15 years, who done been at the negotiation table on prenups with high net worth individuals, they either never get married because the prenup exposed them, or they get married and they get divorced because they already didn't trust each other enough to say, until death do us part. They said, I'm going to get in here with 1 foot in and 1 foot out. I'm hoping this work, but just in case it don't, I need to protect my assets. And when a man does that, and you got to understand, men and women are different. We're not the same. When a man does that, their relationship's set to fail, because men face temptation to sleep with another woman every single day. And if a man knows that he can cheat, get caught, and all his assets is protected, and that he loses nothing, or he only loses what he said he feels he should lose, he gonna cheat. Because he already know that he has a fail safe. He got a safety net. So he gonna do what he should not do. Now I call this the Power 15. 15 minutes of wisdom anytime I get it. And right now, I put all 100 of my courses, now about 100 courses, as an all access membership on TonyGassonsAcademy.com for $9.97. One of the courses that's in there is a $5,000 course, the Life Coach Certification course. I have it in that bundle on the all access membership for $9.97 a month. And you don't have to stay in it more than 1 month. You know why I did that? Because I have an abundant mindset. Everything is here and everything is coming. I don't feel like I have to penny pinch, or I have to be scared, or I have to be worried, or I have to worry about losing, or I have to worry about failure, because I understand that this right here, that's success. That's wealth. That's life. And outside of that is salvation. And that's all that matters. So when you so worried about protecting assets, that's a clear sign to me that, for one, you don't believe in until death do us part. Two, you're not willing to do the due diligence to make sure you marrying the right person. And three, you don't believe in eternity, nor do you fully trust God. Because anything I lose can be regained. The only thing that cannot be regained is my eternity and where I will spend that. And that's the only thing. So what you also have to realize is everything ain't for everybody. So when the message ain't for you, if it don't fit, you must have quit. If it don't apply, let it fly. Everything ain't for you, atheist. Everything ain't for you, doubter. Everything ain't for you, plan for failure person. Everything ain't for you. But see, you got to ask yourself, what have you accomplished in your life with your mind? And then did it again and again and again. You got to ask yourself, have you broke the chains off your mind? You got to ask yourself. See, when all the bills due and you behind on all your bills, like we all are at some point of time, at some point in life, do you fold? Do you break? Do you bend? Or do you dig in and you say, this my time. This my time to get better. This my time to learn. This my time to grow. This my time to grind. It's all in the mind. It's all about your mindset. So guess what? Guess what? When I go and I became a millionaire, and I ain't gonna try to do me no post nump and all of that, that was me telling my wife, I'm betting on me, I'm betting on you, I'm betting on us, and I'm all in. This money, these assets, these houses, these cars, these stocks, that ain't life. That ain't eternity. That don't mean the world. You mean the world to me. You my everything. And I'm gonna give my all to make this here work. And if it don't work, I know it's half because of me, or it's all because of me. Either I didn't do my due diligence to thoroughly vet you as a wife, or I didn't give my all as a husband. And the one thing that I could get is to lose half, because I need that expensive lesson so I can learn. And the half that I lose, I need a motivation to go 10x it. So see, it's about your mindset and how you approaching life, and who you think you are, and what you think you worth, and what you think you're capable of. And if you honest with yourself, and you stop arguing with yourself, and you stop trying to be tit for tat, and you realize the power of the mind, and you take the limits off, you don't live with fear of loss. You don't live with fear of failure. It's all here, and it's all coming. It's all yours if you want it. It's a mindset. Got to get that. Hey, this is Tony Gasson. God bless you. All access membership, TonyGassonAcademy.com. Get on there. Everything that I learn, I teach. So everything I've done in my business and my life, everything I've built, I put it into a course. And right now, it's only $9.97 a month for the last business day of this week. God bless you. We'll talk soon.